नमस्ते ते यस सदा सवित्रमंडल मध्यवर्ती श्रीमन्नारायण सरसजासन सन्निविष्ट केवरवान मकरकुंडलवान क्रीडिहारी हिरण्यपुत्र चंगचक्र गदापाणि द्वारका निलयाचित श्री गोविंद पुंडरीकाक्ष रक्षमां शरणागतम. This was a surrender sloka recited by Draupadi in the Kaurava Sabha when she was being insulted. Now Sanga Chakra Gadapani, that is how she is explaining Sriman Narayana or Sri Krishna when she was calling Krishna at that time. We all know Sri Krishna was not present in the palace at that time, and Draupadi, as she was being insulted, she raises both her hands and surrenders to Sri Krishna at this time. Towards the Kurukshetra war, to the end of the Kurukshetra war, we know Bhishmacharya, when he is lying in the bed of arrows, he is saying Vanamali Gadisarni Sangi Chakri Chanandaki Sriman Narayano Vishnur Vasudevo Virakshatu. Again, he is defining how Sriman Narayan is. Krishna right in front of him. Draupadi, Krishna was not there in front of her, but she explains this is how Krishna is. Towards the end, with Sri Krishna in front, Bhishmacharya explains this way. Then we all know when Sri Krishna avatar happened in the cell, of the Kamsa's prison cell for Devaki and Vasudeva, Sri Krishna was born with 4 arms. And there too, he was having Sanga Chakra and all basic things that he explained, or he demonstrated that this is how he is. So in his nature, that is how he comes in. And we also saw Arjuna when after getting the bliss and the blessing of worshipping him in Vishwarupa, please come back in your normal form of 4 arms. So consistency of Sri Krishna in all those things that we see, that Sanga Chakra is standard. We all know, moment we say Vishnu, moment we say Narayana, we always visualize Sanga Chakra. These are what? Basically they are identities. Just as you and I will have a birthmark or some kind of identity that we have to say that this is what I am, a mole in my right arm, mole in my cheek or something like that. Sri Krishna, Sriman Narayana's birthmarks, or how do we identify, is basically with this Panchayuda. Sanga, Chakra, Gada, Sargam, which is his bow, and then the Gadkam, which is a small knife which he keeps in his belt. So these Panchayuda are very, very important, and in fact people who recite Sri Vishnu Sahasranama always extend it to even worship these Panchayutas as the Panchayuta Stotram and then complete it. That's how elders have always been traditionally doing the recitation of Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. So here in this episode we are going to talk about the mace, the Gada that we all have been seeing in Sri Krishna, but what exactly is this Gada and why does Sri Krishna hold it at any times, and what the tattva behind the Gada is what we are going to see in this episode.
Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejorashim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam durniriksham samantat diptanalarka tyutimaprameyam Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichchami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte.
So we are in the 11th chapter, the Vishwarupa chapter, 17th sloka and 46th sloka, where Arjuna worships Sri Krishna. Last episode we saw how we worshipped Kridinam, where the crown, which he says truly belongs to you, Sri Krishna, as the Sarvaloka Maheshwara, and immediately he says Gadinam. Now it's very interesting because if somebody is worshipping the crown, the Kridinam, that means I'm looking up to the head. And then suddenly I look down or look at the equal level and say Gadinam. Now it's very important to note that this Gadinam, the Panchayuta that we mentioned, Sanga, Chakra, everything, is a manifestation of a Tattva. Vishnu Purana clearly mentions that these are not mere weapons. It is just manifestation of Vishnu's Tattva, because Sri Vishnu has been clearly established in Vedas and various Puranas. In Sankalpa Matra he can finish everything. He doesn't need weapons for all these things. But why does he carry these weapons? Because of a manifestation or a representation of a specific or unique quality. The Gada or the mace represents the cosmic intelligence. The complete cosmic intelligence is represented in the form of a mace or the Gada. Gadadharan, that's why it's one of the name given to Sri Vishnu. So this mace is a very interesting tattva that we can see that it is held in the hands but also reaches the ground. So when we see the Lord Sri Krishna or Vishnu with the chakra, Sudarshana chakra, it is in his fingers right there at the top, glowing obviously. But when we see the mace, whether Vishnu is in the standing posture or in the sitting posture, it is always held in his hand. And the bottom of it rests on the floor, very next to the divine feet of Sri Krishna. What a blessing it is. One that is held softly by Sri Krishna and is also being blessed, being near the feet, which is what all of us are yearning to be at the divine feet of Sri Krishna. The mace, the gada is already there. Now, everybody has a gada, right? So we know Bhima has a gada, we know Hanumanji has a gada. We also know some of the villains to have gada, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, everybody, even Duryodhana fought with the mace. We know all those things. But all the mace are same? It's different, right? Because first and foremost, the name of Sri Krishna's gada is Kaumodagi. Very important fact to know that it is a feminine gender that is given. While Sudarshana is a masculine gender, which is another powerful weapon that Sri Krishna has, we have to note that the gada, which is Kaumodagi, is a feminine gender. And what is this Kaumodagi? Is a manifestation of complete cosmic intelligence. So the intelligence is completely given and given the status of woman right in the hands of Sri Krishna and helping us reach his divine Tiruvadi, because that knowledge that it's Krishna's blessing. Because what does Krishna's hands do? It blesses us, it says Abhayahastam or Varadahastam. He protects us, he gives us, and that hands holds the gada. And what do we need to do? Seek his divine feet and eternal service. And when the gada is placed on the floor, it is asking us directly to do that. So that is an amazing Kaumodigi's effect that we see. And in many, many instances, this gada or Kaumodigi comes into play in various stages of Purana and various yugas. We all know in Kurukshetra war specifically, Sri Krishna took a pratigna that he will only do the charioting and be the side of Arjuna and not take a single weapon. And when Duryodhana was offered, he said, no, you be with Arjuna, I will take your Sena, and he went. Right? We all know that. Now, he didn't take a single weapon, but we know how Sri Krishna strategized completely. We can say that is an impact of the Kaumodigi, because completely using the cosmic intelligence, he used the intelligence and came up with a lot of strategies. Right from changing the Amavasya day prayer to the war, to the right through the war, we saw Krishna delivering his strategies, thereby protecting the whole Pandavas. And why did he do that? Because of that single surrender that Draupadi did in the assembly. So that is very important to note. And we also see in various stages of the Purana how Kaumodigi has played a role in Sri Krishna's Dharma Paripalanam. Basically, he takes avatara to protect the sadhus and destroy the enemies of the sadhus. So, Sadhu Paripalanam, Dushta Nigraham, that's what he does. Basically, Dharma Paripalanam he does, and he destroys the Dushtas. So we saw in Hiranyakshan, when Bhuma Devi was submerged into the ocean, okay, that's got a different connotation altogether, but specifically Bhuma Devi is submerged into the ocean. Who protects? Sri Vishnu takes the Varaha avatar, fights with Hiranyakashipu with Kaumodigi and protects Bhuma Devi. And that is why Kaumodigi is very, very favorite of Bhuma Devi, because it rests on Bhuma Devi and he holds her hand, and he destroyed Hiranyakshan to protect the Bhuma Devi. Then we saw in Narsimha avatar, Hiranyakasipu using a mace. That way I said everybody uses a mace, but the Kaumodigam is different. The right knowledge and right intelligence is important. And what does Narsimha do? He doesn't take any of the weapons, right? He uses only his nails as weapons. But when Hiranyakashipu beams the pillar with the mace, the first thing he does is obviously destroy that mace. Destroys the mace, which is a bad knowledge of Hiranyakashipu, and then destroys him as well. Then we saw the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, these people have another connotation. In the Puranas it is said that Jaya Vijaya, two watchmen or guards of the Sri Vaikuntham, before you have to normally pay respects to these two Jaya Vijaya gods and then go inside and have worship Sriman Narayana. By a curse, they were asked to be born in the Bhuloka. So Vishnu asked them whether you want 100 births here as my true devotees or just 3 births as my total enemies. They chose to be born as total enemies because they want to come back faster to Sri Vishnu for eternal Kainkariam. So that is why originally they were born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Jaya Vijaya were born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Later Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and in Krishna Avatara they were Shishupal and Dandavakran. So that is how they completed their curse and returned back to Vaikuntha to serve Krishna. So in the Shishupal and Dandavakran, the Dandavakra Yuddham with Sri Krishna is also mentioned in Mahabharata, where Sri Krishna used the mace to destroy Dandavakra. So at all these stages, the Kaumodagam has played an important role. So this Gada, the Gadadhara, we can know it's a weapon that it is this height with a bulge at the bottom and it is there. How far it can reach. So it's very important to note that the Gada is used when the enemies are closer, in a distance that is manageable. The arrows are used for a long distance, we all know. Well, Gada is used when the enemy is closer. Who is the closest enemy you and I have? Our avidya, our ajnana. So for us to get all this avidya and ajnana destroyed, all we need to do is worship Sri Krishna as the Gadadhara and seek the cosmic intelligence, the complete cosmic intelligence, be blessed by Krishna to ourselves. The more intelligence, the right intelligence we get, and the more the avidya and ajnana gets destroyed, and for which we need to worship Sri Krishna as Gadadhara, and let's be blessed. Namaste.
Madhava Achyuta Krishna Hare Rishikesha Kesava Govinda Vasudeva Bhagavan Janardana